Hey, and welcome to day 6 of this spiritual business vision board party with me, Iona Meade, here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So we are going to be talking about spirituality and spiritual freedom for day 6 of this vision board. So if you are new to this vision board party, what I would say is it will make more sense if you do the other days that I talk about to build the foundations till we get to day 6. So we're all the way to day 6. So well done you for getting this far and creating your spiritual business vision board. I know that many of you have actually started to create your vision boards. I'm so excited. I will create my vision boards and then post them for you guys to see my version of what I want to manifest in 2026 and beyond. Let me just pop this ring light down and move myself over a little bit. So let's get going with the teaching. I usually share my mind back, but I will start with the actual vision board itself. And I'll dive into and continue on what I've been teaching so far this week. And so we're talking about manifesting spiritual business and life work balance and creating a badass spiritual business vision board. And by badass, I mean a badass spiritual business vision board. And celebrating and doing this, I do this challenge live at the end of every year. So the second week in December, Monday to Sunday. So it's Saturday now, and we're talking about spiritual freedom. So we're going to follow on whenever you're watching this throughout 2026. Just mark your calendar to come back and share your journey with me, what you've manifested. And spirituality and spiritual freedom, that's the ultimate. I talk about throughout this vision board challenge and this vision board party. If you've gone through any of it so far, you'll have seen me talking about starting off this vision board party with your life purpose, right? So I'm going to be doing my vision boards with your life purpose. That in and of itself is spiritual, because you'll have gone through a spiritual awakening to discover what your life purpose is. And so that will be guiding you, right? And so we talked about health. There's a spiritual health as well that we talked about. Emotional and environmental. So you might have on your vision board different environments that are spiritual and sacred around the world. Just be really creative. Spiritual relationships, soulmates, soul contracts, soul family, soul clients, all those things. And so here we are at day 6 for spiritual freedom. And so what I will do is just go through the teaching. I'm not sure how long I'm going to go. I'm going to try to keep it to 90 minutes. I've been going a little bit longer as I've answered your questions and engaged with you guys. So thank you so much for being here with me and sharing this journey. So for me, my spiritual freedom, one of the tips that I would say as you go through, and I mentioned this on previous day, as I go through the year for 2026, I'm doing this at the end of 2025, ready to manifest and set the energy forth in 2026. And so throughout the year, I will capture images, and usually I'll use an app called Penzu, and you may not have heard of that. It's called pen and then zoo.com. Let's see, penzu.com. And as you're manifesting, yes, share it in the group, body up, etc. And I will have coaching around this on the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge part of it, to do banking 50K in 50 days vibrationally as you create your business. It's about having that life purpose, the vision for your life purpose. And tomorrow on Sunday, on day 7, we're going to be talking about financial freedom, that fair energy exchange. So any images that you so just capturing the images where you have said thank you to the universe for the things that you're manifesting, and screenshotting, like we screenshot our dinner on the social media. This is about being grateful for what it is that we are manifesting, and letting the universe know is, hey, I see that. So I added this image straight to my Canva, because last year when I did this vision board challenge, I ended up going back to my hometown straight directly after the challenge, which was unexpected, but I was guided there. And we were talking about soul contracts and soul family and stuff yesterday on relationship on day 5 with talking about relationships and that relationship with the universe, your guides, etc. And so when my nephew drove me up to Leeds, he lives up there as well. I had a loss with his mum, my sister-in-law, and she was in the family for like 33 years. And so I found her, and she was in the middle of having a stroke, and she'd gone to the hospital. She's from Leeds as well, our hometown. And she'd gone to the hospital, and she was fighting for her life for 5 days. And unfortunately, she didn't make it. And so he was taking me back up to our hometown as soon as I hit, because I was like, I don't understand. I don't really want to go back up that way, blah, blah, blah. Just being guided and directed to get my lessons in total resistance, to be honest. And now I'm back down south, which I didn't even know I'd be by the time I've done this vision board challenge, back in the hometown that I was in like 14 years, and all the stories that I tell you about my spiritual awakening when I actually really went on my awakening was in this town. And so I see on here is the bus, a bus that was in front of the car that said 444. And if you don't know, and I got a 444, I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesday of this challenge. I'm like, yeah, 444, baby. This project was built on the 444. So that's a nudge and a wink from the universe. And so I think I mentioned that this is actually my daughter's skin. She got a 444, and this is behind my ear with a 444. And my daughter got me, it's broken now, a bracelet with the 444 on it. And so it doesn't, and my soul daughter's got 444 on it. It just is something for us. And I got that nudge and that wink. So those guidance and that when you go for a spiritual awakening, just knowing that the universe is conspiring to support you in manifesting, even if it feels like, oh, you're on a detour, you're never really on a detour, there's the bracelet on me. And this is what I talk about every single day on my daily podcast that follows on this challenge is gratitude. I can't find my love heart stone. As we go, there it is anyway. As we go on this journey of manifesting and connecting what it is, our life purpose, with spirituality, and manifesting, it's really, really amazing. And so what I want to do is share with you that we can continue on that with money, and so make that spiritual as well, because it's only energy. Oftentimes as light workers, we're like pushing things away, like, pushing the money away. And part of this Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge is learning how to serve our purpose, our life purpose, and then having that fair, and I don't know what happened there, that fair energy exchange of money as well, right? So bear that in mind, that you're going to put on your vision board, your badass spiritual business vision board, and this party is about celebrating and actually setting the intentions for when you do your tax returns, when you are experiencing the year, knowing that actually you're going to need some money. And I want to say thank you to all of you who, one, have subscribed to the YouTube channel, and two, who have signed up for the online teaching portal that goes with this vision board challenge. And you can come and get some coaching with me on this badass spiritual business vision board challenge and manifesting that spiritual life work balance. So that is on the 5th of January. And then I do this 2-hour coaching. It's called the 7 Freedoms Frequency Calling Gym, every single month at 3 p.m. UK time on the first Monday of the month. So you're welcome to join me. It's $77. But for those of you who are in with Challenge Week and signed up, then you can come and get coaching. I can't promise it to everybody because I gift it to my masterminders and my boot campers. So there's only one of me in so many spaces. So in Challenge Week, if you've enrolled, so thank you for all of you who have enrolled. It's just really lovely to be playing with my grandbaby and receiving the money, but not just receiving the money, receiving the money in angel numbers. It's pretty cool. And I'll talk about part of the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge is that manifesting with that money in your angel numbers. So let me dive into some of the teachings and share the screen. So thank you for joining me. Hopefully you'll enjoy this and rating your vibrational frequency every single day on this spiritual business vision board challenge. And as we follow on for the podcast, we rate our vibrational frequency, and that is bringing spirituality into every area of our life, whether we're in soul funk or in soul flow. And the idea for me is to support you. It's to be in flow as much as possible as you launch your day, get up in the morning, lead your day throughout your day, and leave your day and know, actually, I've had a badass day. I've had a very intentional day. I've set my intentions, rather than the alternative of being pushed and pulled by life or pushed and pulled by the external circumstances. I mean, we're here, so we may as well create an intentional life and be in alignment with our vision. I believe that that is our job and that is our duty, to figure out how to release things, let things go, and actually vibrate at the frequency of that vision, of our life purpose, and do our light work in the world. So let me dive deep into some of the teaching, and then I'm going to go back at the end and give you the steps to the 6 steps to completing this challenge when you get to the end of all 7 days. All right, so links and things should be in the comment section, and I will leave them down below in the description once this day is over. All right, so what I want to say again, I think I might have mentioned this app. I love it. I love the Momentum app. I think I did yesterday. And so it says, what's your main goal today? Obviously, it's the Vision Board Challenge. But down here, I don't know if you can see it, and I posted this today. Where did I post it? I posted it on my Facebook. And it says, hang on, it says, and I posted it in the chat as well. And I said, this Momentum quote is fitting. And so it says, the world is but a canvas to our imaginations. But that's a quote by Henry David Thoreau. And I said, I love this dashboard because the quote is very fitting when you're creating a Canva vision board on Spiritual Freedom Saturday. So I had the little sign of 1331. And so angel numbers, guidance, I have 444, 555, and lots of different angel numbers. I'll wake up at 333 in the morning when I'm really on a project. And Dr. Wayne Dyer says, when you wake up at that time, like that hour, it's so quiet and so peaceful that you're getting guided. That you're like, I'm buzzing, and why can't I actually sleep as well as I was before? Because it's just like that guidance. So the world is but the canvas to our imagination. And I don't know if you believe that or not, but I do. I believe that we can co-create. And I know that many of us as light workers, when we go through our awakening and we're awakening to the spiritual practices, we want to tell everybody, like, look, this is the law of attraction, this is my spiritual practice, this is my modalities, this is blah, 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 I can do this, I can be in the 5D realms, I can be all the things. But ultimately, I believe that we're here to package up what we do and give back. So our spiritual practices are not just for us. I believe that our spiritual practices are to ascend and grow for our own spiritual ascension and to alchemize. So yes, we do our spiritual practices, but what about the rest of our life? So it isn't just about spirituality, it's about bringing spirituality into every area of our life, or acknowledging that spirituality is just everything, right? We are energy, right? So this article, and I'll put all of the links and things that I cover in the dashboard and the online teaching portal in the Soul Legacy Academy. So, oh gosh, why does that say? Why is that? That's different. That's not the URL. I'll give you the URL. So it's the Soul Legacy Academy. I'll do it later. soullegacyacademy.com /courses / I know the screen is black / vision board. All right. And I've got a bunch of windows up and I've just made it a whole lot worse. All right. 5 ways to put spirituality into practice, right? Do you put spirituality into practice? This is spirituality. This is this article. Spirituality exists in, and I'm not going to read all of this, it exists in all traditions and cultures. You can put your spirituality into practice in your daily life through ordinary everyday activity. It's not just some airy-fairy woo-woo. Even people think that, oh, that you're being woo-woo. We know it's not. Learn about how different disciplines cultivate spirituality in 5 ways you can grow in your spiritual development. So when you go for a spiritual awakening, this is part of it, that spiritual development. So learn what spirituality is. It includes spiritual practices and disciplines, which may include and not excluded to prayer, meditation, chanting, breathing exercises, ceremonies, rituals. Spirituality and spiritual life also includes your daily interactions with other people. That's one of the things that I was going to say, is because for me, I know I'm a soul having a human experience. So therefore, I want to live my life in that way. And I want to make sure that every person that comes into my energy actually leaves higher, in a higher vibe space, especially offline and online as well. And sometimes it's not easy to do that, especially when we're triggered. So that's our duty, right? And so my vibration affects your vibration affects my vibration. The more people that we can have understand that, the better, because there's a lot of things that are going on in the world where they're vibrating at a lower frequency. Yes, we're all connected, we're all at different levels, all at different layers, all the things. So there's prayer or meditation to live healthier, focus on yourself. And sometimes we think, oh my gosh, like, focus on myself, that's like selfish. No, focus on you. And it doesn't mean just focus on you and never give back. It means focus on you so you can be even better, so you can serve. So focus on yourself, but not quite in the way that you might be thinking. That doesn't mean going for shopping for new clothes or getting your hair done. The focus should be on your inner self rather than your outer self. Bitkoff, I think it says that to increase your spiritual development, you need to grow spiritually. And you can do this by dedicating 10 to 20 minutes per day for inward exploration. The inward exploration can be done through various disciplines, and it says about journaling, prayer, and meditation. And so for me, it was journaling. Meditation, I just haven't got a handle on it, and prayer, I don't really do. Although I've been to my knees over this last couple of years, and I'm like, I will pray for different people, for myself, but for different people. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. So that's that. So going within, and I would say, and people say, I don't have to, do you know what? I should not have closed that down because I want to put it in the online teaching pool. I won't close any others down. So people say, I don't have time, but 20 minutes, I know that you're doom scrolling on social media for more than 20 minutes a day. Absolutely. So focus on you rather than outward. 10 things everyone should have on their soul's bucket list. So we've been talking about putting visuals. So again, if that your spiritual practices, they're on your spiritual vision board. And so it's a reminder, and you're playing that every day, and you're building up the rituals and the practices, whether that is meditation, whether that is prayer, what have you. So we're talking about doing fun things as well. So 10 things every soul should have on their bucket list: connection, cleanse, countries. So I'm already just drawn to the countries. So spin the globe, draw a country out of the hat and book a trip you've always wanted to take since you learned about the pronunciation of the country. Start an adventure in a penny saving jar today. I love that. Be it a yoga retreat, a festival, a gig, all the things they've got sacred sites. I know that you guys know about all the sacred geometry, all those things, and love it. So put some spiritual places that you want to see, and I may do that myself. Create, clean up, camp, compass, communicate, completion, community. I love C's as well, and I'm not going to read all of these, but part of community is really big for me. Introduce yourself to your neighbors, your local barista, like being in the physical as well as being online. Even better, take in your neighbor's trash. No. What's it say? Invite them into your life. And depending on where you live, I would say that, depending on where you live. So let me go to the like 60 ideas for your spiritual bucket list, right? And so you may have been putting things on your bucket list and think, I don't know how many things can I do. Well, if you don't do them, you can carry them on to the next year. Daring to live fully, live the length and width of your life. 60 ideas for your spiritual bucket list. Meet the Dalai Lama, or be at least present in one of his lectures, visit Tibet, spend a week at a silent retreat, or just a weekend. I could possibly do a weekend. I could not do a silent retreat for a whole week. And you say, oh, you couldn't. I wouldn't want to. I would laugh at least. I'm like, I can't imagine not even not speaking for a whole week, but not laughing. I know that people say that it's profound. I was on the dating apps, and somebody that I was talking to went on 2 silent retreats. He'd done them over the years, over the past like 20 years or whatever. And he went for 2 back-to-back for 10 days in Thailand. And I was like, absolutely not. While you're doing that, I'm actually living in my purpose. And I feel like I'm in a meditative state anyway on a daily basis. When you're in flow, it just feels like really blissful. So part of my retreat, I think we will do some silence, but not like the whole weekend. Experience complete bliss, find inner peace, live in alignment with your spiritual values, including forgiveness. We've been talking about this, compassion, love for others, and gratitude. So that's part of not even our bucket list, the way that we live intentionally. Do all lessons in Course of Miracles. I've got the book Course in Miracles Made Easy, but I haven't done Course in Miracles, become a Reiki master. Many of you have done Reiki and you're not really using it to the fullest or passing it on. And many of you who have been around me, I'm Reiki masters, and not passing it on. And I wanted to do Reiki, and then I had students that put me off it. They were like, oh yeah, well, the energies and stuff, like you've got to be aware. I'm like, I just want to like have healing energy. I don't want like dark forces and stuff. So I didn't do it. I used to do Tai Chi, Qigong, Zen master, get your chakras aligned, get an Akashic record reading. Many of you guys do all of that stuff. And if you don't do it, somebody in our community will do it, etc. I won't put all of these. What I will put is the link to give you some ideas. Go on a pilgrimage to Mecca. Still traveling for me. That's fantastic. But there's different things. So there's 60 things. Being mentored by a renowned spiritual teacher. Raise your consciousness. Be more loving. Bring more spirituality into your everyday life. I love that. Interview a spiritual teacher and ask him or her spiritual questions that you've always wondered about. And I will be doing that actually next year, and I do that anyway as part of my business model. Let me know. Oh, I'm going to have an Akashic reading next year. Are you? Yes. Actually I had one, and then a lady was really weird. This is when I first had the idea of the summit, and I wasn't sure whether to do the Spiritual Awakening Summit or the book first. And then I was like, I'm going to interview my co-authors. And then people were not ready. I don't know what it was. They just weren't ready. And I was like, well, by you guys not being ready, I'm having to push the date back. And and I said, well, you guys going to be free? And it was like way on. And then this lady said, well, I'll be free then. And I thought, do you know what? It's rude to say yes to somebody and then move somebody else's timeline. She was a bit weird, and she was doing these readings and at the Akashic Records reading. And then she said, I'm going to take it back. I'm like, how is that even spiritual? It's just not. You're just being really weird. So in all of the journey, then I ended up putting my my co-author book series out there, and then people were wonky again. I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm going to do my own book, which I needed to do it in that order. And then I'm going to have my Spiritual Awakening Summit on YouTube with other YouTubers. And then do my co-author book series and interview my co-authors separately, because not all of my co-authors are ready in that way that have an audience. I'm more sharing with my co-authors to do that. So it's worked out great in the end. But yeah, that interviewing spiritual teachers and stuff is my thing. I love it that you're going to have an Akashic Records reading. So Barbara says, I had a past life regression hypnotherapy session 3 years ago, which was amazing and explained a lot of my current life challenges from the soul lessons point of view. I love that. And so, and it is good for that understanding. And when we have the understanding, we still have to put the spiritual practices in place to move, right? We can understand it and we know where to focus and maybe get some help for it, but we still then set our intentions and still move and still manifest and use the universal laws. And when we are tapping into that higher force, it helps us even more with the life lessons and the soul lessons, right? So thank you. I'm going to talk about some of those things today. So again, it's a spiritual bucket list, but it's giving that backstory. Don't know if you know of any of Neville Goddard's work, and so I love Neville Goddard's work. He says that, excuse me, my nose is itching. His groundbreaking philosophy is built on the principle that imagination creates reality, and that you can shape your world through the conscious control of your imagination. Boldly, Goddard invites us to embrace our creative nature, not just by thinking of our desires, but thinking from them. Meaning like, oh, we can just sit and think, oh, well, I'd like this, I'd like that, like really being that. And he says about what we put in our subconscious mind in the night and on the morning. So when we've done our vision board challenge, playing it in the morning and playing it on the night is going to be really, really helpful. So the idea that I was thinking about when I did this spiritual business vision board challenge last year was the thoughts that we are feeling manifest. So not just the thoughts that we're thinking, which Neville Goddard says, it's the thoughts that we're feeling. So we can think a million thoughts a day, which we think, I don't even know how many thoughts, this is 60,000 subconsciously, but we are, it's the thoughts that we actually tap into that emotion. And so on Emotional Freedom Wednesday, as part of this spiritual business vision board challenge, we want to be feeling in a certain way, right? Thoughts and feelings are central to manifestation, with the core idea being that aligning our emotional state, feeling it real with your desires, not just thinking about them, attracts those outcomes. So feeling it, but this must be paired with inspired action to turn those beliefs into reality. So again, it's not just like, oh, well, I've created a vision board. The Bank 50 and 50 Days Challenge is about that action, right? Moving beyond just positive thinking to a deep sense of knowing your goal is yours. So knowing deep down. So that means that on our spiritual business vision board, or the whole of it, that knowing, that sense of knowing, is how we feel, how we think, how we speak, and how we act from a knowing space. Have you acted like from that knowing and that thinking and that feeling place in all of 2025? And if you haven't and you've dipped, can you do that for the majority of 2026? And let's just see, let's put it to the test what we're being told, right? And I will say that the majority of the time I do, 80% of the time I do, and because I know this. Sometimes the physical manifestation isn't there in the visible world, but you don't know what the universe is doing in the vibrational world, like in the unseen. There's so much going on in the unseen that we don't know. So it's that feeling. It's about cultivating the feeling of having achieved your desire to become a vibrational match, making it real in your subconscious while handling negative thoughts as temporary lies to let pass. Meaning that every time we're speaking, we're talking to others, we're journaling, we are not even being neutral, but we're not talking in anything other than the version of where we are. Even for me, with I do really well with my business, but say for the soulmates and manifesting, I try something on and see if it fits. But I do say, like I say about my husband, but I haven't sat in that complete space of speaking like he's already here. Sometimes I'll go into that space and, that visualizing. When I'm talking to someone, I'll visualize and stuff. When there's not anybody that I'm talking to, there's a dip and there's a gap. Probably why he hasn't shown up yet, right? Well, he may have. So the thinking and the feeling and shifting your state. So this is for me as well as speaking to you. So the vision board, I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't talk about the spiritual and the process of manifesting and remind you of, actually, you might say these things, but on a day-to-day basis, if you're contradicting the vision that you're now going to create, there's a conflict in energy. It's like they say about the gas pedal and then putting on the brake, the gas pedal and then putting on the brake, and then go, well, the universe has not given me it. It's like, yeah, it's not, because you're putting on the gas, so you're standing still and you're stagnant and you're stuck. And so in many areas, and it may be about money, and it usually is for the people that I work with, because we are all have had money blocks, and I won't include myself in that space now, because the money's flowing in, the money's been flowing in for me, and you know, being in the vibrational harmony with it as I up level, it just feels phenomenal. So yeah, Robin says the power of emotions, and that's why I've got that book on my vision board, The Power of Emotions by Abraham and Jerry and Esther Hicks. So Robin says to be determined if your husband has shown up yet. Yeah, Robin, I've been on the and Robin, thank you for holding space for me, because I've tried people on in the physical world. Obviously I can't like visualize, well, I can say when I'm having a conversation with somebody and I'm thinking, oh, I'm manifesting my husband. When you're on a dating app, or you're even in the real world, people approach me, people have come to me in the store, in the gym, in the street, wherever. I'm not going to speak to him like he's my actual husband, then we're married and go home, right? So there's conversations in the real world that you have to have, but communicating and feeling, and not feeling that lack that is not here. Robin, thank you for being so supportive. And yeah, he may have shown up. We will see. I'm setting the intention, and I will put that on my vision board as well. So spiritual practices list. So you may have had your spiritual practices all dialed down. You may have dropped off. You may want to mix it up. So these are some of the spiritual practices. And notice that the same things keep coming over and over and over again: prayer, yoga, meditation, mindfulness, alongside actions like service to others. Now, I know that you want to be in service for others, but have you been? Over 2025, did you really show up? Did you really speak out? And did you really serve deep as you could in 2025? And if that's a no, like I could have done better with serving, because there was a fear of success, there was a fear of selling, there was a fear of failing, there was a fear of judgment, there was a fear of all things. Like, well, let's just put those things aside. How would you show up? If your vision has manifested, how would you be showing up? Can you do more of that? And I tell you what, I play full out regardless of whether somebody's listening or not. And so for me, even, I'm like, do you know what? I can go harder, and I'm going to go a lot harder and be a lot more consistent at it, regardless of life. As my soul daughter says, the mood, follow the plan, sir. And I say, F the mood, follow the plan, ma'am. So, journaling. So that's for me is the journaling practice. And so I invite you to journal with me. We have the Soul Legacy journal, right? Or journals. Let me see what you can see. The journaling is huge. I've journaled for years and years and years, and how I've journaled, that's how I've got here. Journaling. So Barbara says 2025 has been really challenging for me, but I'm determined to get back to higher vibes on a daily basis. Brilliant. Doing the vision board challenge reminded me that I need to step up in a number of ways. Barbara, thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm asking the question, so we're speaking that right now. And then from this, it is then, okay, well, I'm doing amazing. And you know what I mean? You want to be, it has been challenging. And that's what we've been talking about all week is, and yesterday with the relationships and life and the environments and all the things. But regardless of that, our job is to, is to step up in those ways where we're raising our vibration and we're as high vibing as we possibly can, regardless of external circumstances. You know, in the Soul Legacy wheel is in the middle, the world. And so we just want to remind myself, this is worldly stuff. This is not soul stuff. This is worldly stuff. And this worldly stuff, this too shall pass, because the years passed and we might have been bogged down by it and it might have stopped us, but it was just worldly stuff. And there's going to be more worldly stuff year after year after year, right? Speak that into existence. But there's stuff going on in the world. There's stuff going on in our immediate world, in our immediate environment, in our household. There's stuff that all of us have stuff. And when we talk about financial freedom, we're going to talk about the stuff that goes on there with money and the way that we repel it. And it's been really beautiful. And I received a payment today. Thank you. So that energy exchange, and is really beautiful when I get the notification. And when I get that notification, I'm blessing the money that's coming in and celebrating, right? And when it releases from your bank account, celebrate and release and celebrate it the same way as if you received it. And I've been doing that more so over this last year. I'm going to step it up even more. There's Ken Honda that talks about when we release money and we bring it in, everything wants to be that spiritual practice. So I really do appreciate you sharing that, and that energy in numbers. And so when you don't have the people around you that to show you that way, we do drop off. We're in isolation. We are by ourselves, you know. And so that's why I want to create that community. I am creating that community for us to do the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. Barbara, are you in the Telegram group? Do you have Telegram? Are you in the Telegram group? Facebook group is good, but we're in the Telegram group. So I'm looking to see if you are. Join the Telegram group, because that's where I will be. I will not be on Facebook. You see, there's not that many people chatting in the Facebook chat because people are, air quotes, busy doing worldly stuff. So meditation, prayer, mindfulness, choose some, silence, yoga, fasting. I do a lot of that. I'm fasting now. I have a fasting window. I tend to step that up and dip in and out, but I love fasting. All the things. All right, I'm not going to shut down Windows because I want to give the links to you guys. Lightworker. So as a light worker, what is a light worker? So know that when we have a vision for our life purpose, we are light workers doing our light work in the world. So as a light worker, this really dropped for me. Now you're going to know more on Financial Freedom Sunday, but listen to this. As a light worker, bringing light into the world, notice it says light and then it says worker. So it means we do work. So we do work in the world. So other people do their jobs in the way they might not work for themselves. So a light worker, you can have many different professions and be employed. But for us creating a badass spiritual business as a light worker, we're doing work. So if we're going to have a business, we're going to work in it. Whether that is working, sometimes we're working for free and offering a session, but we're making an offer into a paid program. And so for me, the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge is about offering, offer one-on-one sessions, get a testimonial, and enroll people into a group program. And some people are like, oh my God, I can't do that. But what have you been doing? So if you offered a half an hour session, an hour session, and a follow-up, like, could you replace all the time that you're doom scrolling on social media or wasting time worrying or whatever it is, like talking to people that are toxic anyway? Like, could you let go of certain things and do your actual light work for 2026? Oh, well, people don't want to pay me, blah, blah. But the best way to be in service, the energy of being in service, is to be in service. Making an offer, getting good, nobody's signing up, but get good. That's your responsibility to get great at enrolling, right? Serving. So as a light worker, we're doing light work in the world. So a light worker is a spiritual term for someone with a soul mission to spread love and healing and positive energy, helping uplift humanity and raise the global consciousness, often feeling like a strong innate pull to serve others without expecting rewards. And so it's like, without expecting rewards, we're serving. So I serve. And so when we have a movement, I talk about this on the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, which I know that you guys have been part of. We serve. I'm serving now. Like, it's free. It's on my YouTube channel. And I'm also serving to those that want more support, and then more support and more support. So I'm always in service, but we're not doing everything for free because it's a business. We don't go into the shop and say, can you give me this for free, that for free, that on that aisle, can I have that for free? It costs money to run a business. It costs me money to run my business, right? I get bills for my spiritual business. I get bills for my Thinkific. I get bills for my email. I get bills for my StreamYard, streaming this out. We've got bills to pay. And so I have a financial freedom goal. I'm good with that. I'm good with leaving a financial legacy. So doing light work in the world, okay? So from like the 1st of January, like, prepare, how are you going to serve? For me, my first call, me being in service, is the 5th of January. So that is on my orientation day. That is on the coaching for this 7 Freedoms Frequency Call and Gym. That is for my monthly call. That is for my Q&A for YouTube challenges versus Facebook challenges. that is for my Q&A that I'm upgrading, like mindset, I'm serving, right? So how are you serving if you don't have the space, or not even just on your vision board, in your calendar, in your world to serve? Then why are we saying, well, I'm doing light work in the world? Like, let's be honest, are you really doing light work in the world? And how are you going to do your light work, and when? And how are you going to serve? And so I know many people that say, I want to reach hundreds of people, I want to reach millions of people all over the world, but the version of them is not even equipped to serve. And I always say, if I sent you 1,000 people, what would you do with them? Now, right now, what would you do with them? I'd send them all to my vision board challenge. And so if that was 1,000 people for $777, that's fantastic for me. Where would you send them? All right. I'll come to your comments in a second. They are seen as earth angels. I really resonate with the term earth angel, messenger, starseed, crystal, children, and all things, right? Whatever you resonate with. Operating in the profession as teachers, doctors, artists, by choosing soul-aligned actions over fear. Why is it that so many of us are stuck by fear? Aiming to make the world a brighter place through compassion and service, all right? Love and light. People go love and light, and then they're dark as anything. Fearless action, service orientated, heal and teach, raise vibration, act as messengers, serve humanity. This is what this vision board challenge is for, about your life purpose. Like, I didn't give you your life purpose. Your soul came here to incarnate. We've obviously got a soul contract because you're here. Let's go. 18 signs that you're a light worker and what that means. I'm going to go over that real quick. Hang on. Let me go back. I do have Telegram, but I don't use it very often now. We'll join the group. Awesome, because I've been talking about it all week. So for those of you who've not joined the Telegram group, you're going to miss out on that coaching and that energy of a whole entire year of coaching. Barbara, you're in my bootcamp anyway, so you may as well. And as you said, Robin, like the fear of really facing shit's getting real now. So Robin says it means we do work. We try to avoid that part, don't we? Yes. Light worker, work. And you guys have seen how hard I've been working. Barbara says, I'm going to offer some free hypnotherapy sessions next year while doing my training. But the thing is, Barbara, you're going through my training, and what I say is offer the 50 breakthrough sessions that serve, and then enroll people. So while you're doing the hypnotherapy sessions and training, what I want to see on your calendar is those 50 breakthrough sessions that serve from January, like setting that up. So we've all got like a year. We've all got this year, because the hypnotherapy might come and it'll come in whenever it comes. But we've got January 2026. So by that, starting your breakthrough sessions that serve, like imagine doing 50 days. So how many 50 days can you get in 365? Imagine if you just offered, and that's what I will be doing. Imagine if you just offered, so I'll be moving from the one-on-one to a group of 50 to enroll in my mastermind. But imagine if you did 50 days. So there's 31 days and 28 days. That's 2 months. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, say 6 times. You actually just, that's all you did. Imagine what you would be earning by the end of the year. So it's not complicated. We've already got what we need right now. I know adding certifications and adding what have you, but oftentimes that's the delay. And what I want to do is encourage you guys to do it, and do it with what you've got now, because you've come a long way. You've already had your awakening. So setting up your sessions based on what you do, and then offering other things as a bonus. And so if you're a student of mine, a masterminder, boot camper, let's go. And I know that many of you are hiding behind closed doors, but you know what? There's only so much that I can do to say it's time, because we don't know how many more years we've got traveling around the sun. I've had 52. Like, and my big brother, which will be, it would have been his birthday next week, 21 years he passed, he didn't even make it to 35. Like, we don't know. So we're not going to delay. We're just going to do it. And I'm going to be tough love in that way, because I want to see that we are all just doing what it is that we need to do. Hang on. So, and it's common. That's really common that we add an extra certification, and we actually, but we can serve from where we are. And if we do that, it takes away from the time that we're doing just earning money. When we've earned it, then we can add extra stuff. So have you ever wondered if you're a light worker or what a light worker is, right? We know this. Let me see. Our time, blah, blah, blah. Who is a light worker? Light worker is a person who has chosen to come to the earth, especially at these times, to help transmute the darkness into light. Although this may sound overpowering, it's not. Each fear-based thought, feeling, or action you choose to transform into light serves not only to you, but to everyone. As you gradually learn to anchor more light in your bodies, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, the more you help others to do the same. You're meant to shine as bright as you can and not let anyone stop your inner light and greatness. I have my boot camp, and so if you go through that boot camp in 12 weeks, it's going to transform the way that you do business, and it's going to help you serve at that deep level with what you already know as a light worker. And so that's for everybody that's watching on the replay. You've already gone through your awakening. It's time to package it up and really go for it in 2026. A light worker can choose different ways to shine their light. First, you need to shine your inner light to heal yourself. Then you're ready to help others. And you guys have done that. And you don't have to be all the way. You just need to be a step ahead of the people that you're here to serve. You may be called to become a nurse, a loving mother, a painter, a yoga teacher, writer, singer, composer. I've met light workers who are accountants, managers. Light workers are simply everywhere across the globe, all ages, genders, cultures. I'm talking to the light workers who are in spiritual business, who have that life mission, right? 18 traits. You feel like you're wasting time. One of the most interesting traits of a light worker is that you have an unexplainable feeling that you waste your time. Very likely you can recall that feeling since you were little. It's often made you feel anxious and depressed. Now, I'm not going to read all of this. I'm going to put the link in the online teaching portal. Study this and then just go for it, right? You feel your life purpose, even if you don't know what it is. And many of you are like, well, it's usually just what you've already come through. You've gone through your awakening. You've gathered tools, packaged them up and give them back. Now, since doing this challenge, I'm on YouTube creating a video, and then I have an online teaching portal, and people have signed up for that. So thank you for signing up and trusting me. It's $7.77 is not a lot, but it's money flowing in. And it's me doing my light work, and it's me showing up. Do you know what I mean? Even those of you who have money blocks, creating a business model where you've got different price points for the people that you're here to serve feels amazing. So you feel like an alien who just landed on planet Earth. You want to save the world. You have a lot of dark stuff going on. Like that dark stuff is just that stuff. Well, it says the primary task of a light worker is to transmute that dark into light. In order to do so, you've experienced a lot of darkness in your life. You've been through the challenging situations, and sometimes you've hit bottom emotionally and spiritually. Yes. All right, you're a powerful manifester. Yes, you are. But if we're in fear, that is what we're going to get more of. You're an empath. Yes. You're interested in ancient history and philosophy. I'm actually not. I'm not that great at that stuff. I have people around me that are, but I'm not. Light worker is an encoded word, a deep calling to help others, belief in a higher power. You have had a challenging childhood. You attract people with problems. That can be a problem if you're not getting paid. A deep spiritual shift. You know how to move through darkness. Yeah, it might take us a while, and then we do it faster. Emotionals, ups and downs. That's what we're here to alchemize. Strange dreams. Who am I? Why am I here? We're asking all of those things. So let me see. I'm learning that the more we serve, the more we learn about our own journey and how to fine-tune our services to serve even better, serving even better to clarity for 100%. Now, I will share with you guys how long it's taken me to be where I am, but all the time I've served, I've never not served, right? Unless when I came offline to help them heal myself after my son passed, but that was intentional. Who would you be offering 50 sessions to? I am committed to doing those. You're in the boot camp. So when you go through those 12 steps in the boot camp, I walk you through, and we've got additional bonus trainings. You've got a lot of learning to do in there to offer those sessions. So if you come to the orientation for the bootcamp on the 5th, I'll share more. So all of the teaching is in the bootcamp. So when you start to go through that, you will offer it to the people that you're here to serve, and I share with you how to find them. I was sharing with Natalie how to find the people, and she got the people for a monthly call. You start with your group. You start with your group call. You get people on your monthly call. You offer them sessions. You offer them your 7-day challenge. It's in motion right now. This teaching is the same teaching that I'm sharing with you guys on the 1-page plan of creating a group, then creating a 7-day challenge, and then offering a session to those that are on your 7-day challenge into your group program. There's a purpose, and it's not as hard as it looks from the outside when you haven't done it. But the 5-day challenge that you've got that goes in my book, I know you've got my book, that gives you the foundations of what I'm doing now. And then the bootcamp walks you through the practical. And I say go through the first and second step of the bootcamp and you'll get clients, right? Obviously it can't be disclaimer, it can't be a promise, it can't be a blah, 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 you know, all the things. But yeah, so that's what that bootcamp is for. What I'm doing now is what I teach. Every single little step that I do, I teach. I pause and teach. It's taken me a lot longer because I paused and taught. All right. So 50 breakthrough sessions that serve. This Trello board that you've got access to is the Bank 50K in 50 Day Challenge. It's about you having that spiritual life work balance and growing while you're doing the 50 days over this 7 weeks. Right. So there's this 1-page plan for you. So this is growing your group, doing your 7-day challenge, and then offering your bootcamp. I walk you through it extensively. Like I'm not there now, and it is a self-study program. I go deep. So this is week 1, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Week 2, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 7 weeks is the Bank 50K in 50 days to journal, to visualize. And then on this side of this Trello board, all the monthly call, that's the link to our monthly call, right? That's I give you everything that you possibly need. So that's a free monthly call. Our focus and orientation day. Do you know, I don't know if that's the link or not. I was saying, come to the orientation day. You've already been. That is there on that Trello board. So that's 2 things. There should be a link to the bootcamp. That's the free chapter to my free chapter group coaching VIP day for those who want to come in and see about the mastermind. That's the YouTube challenges in a box method. The Q&A to ask about this YouTube challenges. That's on Monday the 5th as well. If you have questions and you want to do this kind of challenge, that's the place. It's a free Q&A. This one is the upgrade. So if you come to the mastermind, masterclass, you've got a free Q&A. You have 2 of them. So all of the links to everything, the co-writing days, the co-authors, the boot camp, all the things, everything's in here. Because everybody said to me, Iona, where are all the links? I'm like, dude, they're on the Trello board. So that's why I do that. So if you go through the boot camp, you'll get all of your questions answered. So what is an earth angel? An earth angel is a spiritual concept for a deeply kind and compassionate person who incarnates as a human to help heal, uplift, and raise the consciousness of humanity and the planet, often without conscious memory of the angelic origins, acting as a selfless light worker or healer. And they are characterized by innate empathy, optimism, and a strong desire to serve others, seeing the good in people and spreading positivity to foster harmony and spiritual growth. I resonate with being an earth angel. You might resonate with being an earth angel. I don't see the one that I usually go to, but it's got there's loads of traits and stuff you might resonate with. That I'm not going to go through all of that right now. I will come back down to comments in just a second. Hold on. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, sorry. I used to be a natural manifester when I was younger, but finding that various traumas pulled me out of that frequency of manifesting, which is why doing the vision board and then practicing it is great. Thank you. So I love that what you've said, and it will be true for many of us. And the manifestation, we know that we're always manifesting. So you're still a powerful manifester, but not manifesting necessarily things that you want, because the trauma has made you think and feel a certain way and act a certain way. So you're still a powerful manifester, but the physical world is like, why is it even tougher and even tougher and even tougher when it snowballs down the spiral, kind of like, oh my gosh. But because you know you're such a powerful manifester, now, like you said, the focus and the energy and the vibration and the visualization, you're going to be, I said this to you on one of our calls, that I believe that you are going to get the most results and the biggest turnaround than anyone. And I can see that you are on that journey. Browse said, I haven't started the boot camp as yet, trying to finish the training in the 5-day, but we'll get to it once the other trainings are completed. Awesome. And I know that you're now doing the hypnotherapy and you're doing other things. And I say for you guys, and this is true for me, is following through on the things that we start. Make sure that you get to the end, because the guidance is there. I know for me, and Robin will say as well, we go and we're doing something and then all of a sudden we're not, and then we come back full circle. We will end up coming back full circle. That 5-day challenge that goes inside my book, I'll talk about it tomorrow on Financial Freedom Sundays, or the money goals for this vision board challenge. It's huge. It's teachings from years and years and years. How I'm teaching this vision board challenge, it's like, why don't you just have a stick, like a bunch of images, but the inside stuff, remember the 80% of mindset and energy, I've added that energy. That's what really matters. I can give the 20% of strategy, but it's all of the back stuff and the thoughts and the feelings and the whys behind it. So yeah, you will get it done, but it's setting that time aside, like, when do I want it to be done? When do I want the next one? When do I want the next one? And I'm here to support you. Even if it is self-study, I still want to see my students get results. And I know that you're going to be somebody that gets results. Many of my students drop off and I'm like, I can't do any more than what I'm doing. So I don't want you to drop off. I meant your training's not the hypnotherapy. Yes, thank you. Not starting the hypnotherapy until February. Perfect. Robin says, we sure do come back full circle, sometimes unexpectedly, until it happens. Then we can see how obvious it is. Yeah. And sometimes we need that. But when we keep going, and we don't actually follow through. And that was one of the biggest things that I learned when I went to the Millionaire Mind Intensive. I heard it differently. I've been like a few times now, and I heard it differently. And the guy said that most people in the world just don't learn to follow through to the end, to completion of a task or a what have you. And sometimes it's like giving up or getting distracted or what have you. But oftentimes it's diversion and a delay on the things that, because the way that I teach is we up level anyway. We alter the things that we're doing. It gets better and it gets better. And Robin knows this. Robin's doing this now. Is like the first reiteration of our teaching is like the basics and the core. But even this vision board challenge, it's got better. And well, hopefully for you, for me, it's got better and it's got better. I'm not just saying, I'm teaching the backstory and underneath and what I've learned. I mean, somebody else will teach it completely different. Some people are like, that's not a vision board training. It absolutely is. Some people say, well, my vision board was ready on day one. Okay, but like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you being? And so when you're looking at the vision board, okay, but who you be looking at that vision board is going to matter, because who you be looking at that vision board needs to be the one that's in vibrational alignment to receive the nudges, the thoughts, the feelings, the actions, the people, etc., to follow through on, to have that manifestation. Do you get what I mean? So I was going to say you want a new car, and I need to remember to put my BMW on my vision board, right? I'm going to write it down. And so I was going to say, you're not going to just get a car delivered to your house. However, my daughter had said that. She's like, well, I just believe that, my car's going to be delivered to my house. She didn't say it to me. She said it to somebody else. And they got a similar car, but a smaller version of it, of the car. And her car did get delivered, not from me. But it did get delivered, and I'm not going to tell the whole story, but it did get delivered, but somebody that came into her life who's not in her life, and it's just like really easy. And the driving, everything was, and it's like, what? She's a powerful manifester. She's a very powerful manifester. Manifested my Jeep in a way I never thought was possible. Robin is a powerful manifester. So Robin had her Jeep on a vision board, a badass spiritual business vision board, and manifested it, including the RV, although it didn't get driven, but that still came to you. And the laptop that we manifested within a few weeks of each other, in different ways. Robin manifested a brand new one. I manifested a refurb one, which is like not ideal. So then I got a big fat map. But yeah, you manifested your Jeep in ways that you never even thought possible. And as we're in the Telegram group, we can share more because it's like a more sacred space to share. But yeah, in a way that you never even thought possible, but you put it on your vision board and there it is, you drive it. It's phenomenal. Yeah, and the laptop and the different experiences. All right, let me keep going. So 6 reasons why you're seeing the 444. So I mentioned the 444. So there's loads of reasons. So angels are supporting you in your life journey. You are on the path of the spiritual awakening, and you create a strong spiritual foundation. Think forward and plan for your future self. Like I would read these, and when you get those angel numbers, look at them up and read them, and the images or the animal, the nature, whatever it is, look it up when you get those signs. And Robin and I are always going, we've seen a deer, we've seen an eagle, we've seen and we look it up when we see it. We've seen a dragonfly, you know. Strengthening your relationships. There's different reasons why. Respect and take care of your physical body and your spiritual health. Lean into what you're feeling and what you're saying when you get your angel numbers, whatever is to you, as you go through this manifesting on the vision board as a result of this vision board party. We talked about the 12-12 yesterday, and just an update. Natalie was sharing just how amazing her call actually was. And yeah, you'll have to ask her exactly what happened on her call. But if you want to join a group, I think that you'll love it. So multi-passionate, you might be multi-passionate. You might have multiple things that you want to focus on in 2026 and not know how to put them under one umbrella. That's kind of a little bit of my genius now, because so many people have come to me and wanted to focus on these different things. Sorry, Barbara says, oh, hold on. It's not coming up, Barbara. I can see your comment. I haven't got too much longer. I will respect your time. I see angel numbers daily, several times normally. And it's acknowledging that and knowing and noticing and being aware of what it is that you're thinking and what it is that you're feeling, and acknowledging and saying thank you to the universe. I screenshot all the time, and my daughter was like, Mum, I jam up my phone. Not as much now, but I do. Sometimes I'll just pretend to screenshot it and just say thank you, because I'm jamming up my phone. The Magic of Believing. This is a book by Claude de Bristol. I know that you guys love books. I love books. This was one of the first ever books that I listened to, that I came across. And so if you do not believe in yourself, there was a story that I share that I wanted everybody around me to believe in me. I was like, I can't believe it. My sister-in-law in particular, the one that passed last year. And I was like, how rude. And I realized that I didn't believe in me. And so this book is really amazing. So you say whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. The believability bit in the middle is the trickiest bit. So when we try on and we're using our spiritual business vision board and we're spending our vibrational money, it becomes more believable, right? It becomes more of the norm rather than the unknown. So I had created a book list, a book launch club, or a book club. And so I've got Think and Grow Rich. It's awesome. I mean, we only have so many hours in the day, but I listen to a book each day, a chapter of a book each day that relates to my, each of these areas. So Sunday, it might be an hour of Think and Grow Rich. This is, I'm going to talk about these tomorrow. Prosperity Consciousness. I added Soul Contracts. It's a Sacred Contracts by Carolyn Mace or Macy. The book seems like it's being deleted, but I have added other books. What do you say to yourself when you talk to yourself? That was one of the books that I first came across as well. You Are a Badass. I love it. You Are a Badass at Making Money. I love that. And Getting Good with Money. All these different books and different things. Like Books change lives, and I'm going to share with you how to write your own book so that you can change the lives of your readers. So when I put in Caroline Mace, or Caroline Mace, whatever you want to call her, I don't know how to say her name, sorry. She's got soulmate contract. Is that hers? That her and who? Andrew Harvey. With her and Wayne Dyer. I don't know how to do these ads, actually. I'm going to learn that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Anyway, when you write your book and you go out there, you'll be everywhere, right? Some people are just everywhere. So that's her YouTube channel. That is not her YouTube channel. Then she's featured, or people will do reviews, or people will talk about her because she's done great work in the industry. I don't know a lot about her, but a lot of people say, oh my God, I love her work and I love what have you. On the Oprah, everywhere. I teach you to write your book and be featured. When you've got a body of work to share, you can share that in a way and just be everywhere. So she would have done these interviews years ago, and then, oh, that's 2 months ago, 4 years ago, but still be everywhere, accessible to the people that need to hear her message. I think that is so, so powerful. Look, somebody's giving a book review. People having your work in their hands as a light worker, that is what you're here for, to manifest on that level and trust. And so you guys have heard me talking about the Keepers of the Light cards, may or may not. I purchased this in 2017. Now, bear in mind that my son passed 2 years earlier, and I was guided to this oracle deck. And I know, Barbara, even now, and it's 2025, 7 years on, more than 7 years on, that you have pulled cards for me because I talk about this card deck, and I share that I actually was in Cal Gray's. Oh, look, see, I keep doing it. I don't even know. I start off okay. Keepers of the Light is a oracle card deck, and this card I share in my son's picture, and it's called the Divine Director, Intervention and Purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. And that's my son on my 40th birthday. So that was 12 years ago. He made his transition 10 years ago, over 10 years ago now. When I was going through Cal Gray's Angel Club, he had his card deck, and he said, look in the card deck, everybody, not just me, and see if you see a family member. And I was like, get it. And I couldn't even. And at the time when my son, just before he passed, I was doing my summit interviewing spiritual healers and leaders. And it was called the #1 Divine Intervention virtual event. So this is the Divine Director, Intervention and Purpose. And the event was the #1 Divine Intervention virtual event at how to fill your life purpose and get paid in the process. So this is Divine Intervention and Purpose. And I'm like, okay, son. So I always pull a card. I've only got half my deck. I really wanted to get the rest of the deck, get another deck. And I'm like, I'll just go get it. I love the quote, whatever the mind can believe it can achieve. So we've got to believe it and achieve it. Whatever the mind can conceive it, like picture it, vision it, and then believe it, and then it achieves it. So the believability bit is in the middle. So what we're visioning is like, okay, but if you don't believe it, it's the equation of the three things. The free principle is not going to manifest. And so that's what I was like, oh, the magic of believing. I needed to believe in me. And the way that I believed in me is I offered 50 breakthrough sessions that serve, and I served. And that's what, and so when I was doing my boot camp in my beta boot camp, I said to everybody, oh, go out and get a session. I'd had sessions from other people. And so I just thought that people knew that. And they're like, no, we don't. And so I was like, I'll teach it. And so I've taught it ever since. And when you apply it and you do it and you are not stuck in the fear and the resistance because you know your vision and you know you're here to serve, it's epic. And even if you feel fear, and doesn't mean to say it stops you. Oh, well, I feel fear today. I'm really fearful. So what? Nobody needs your fear. Like, that's what I'd say to myself. I tapped it out. I did things like I'm just saying. So, yeah. So my favorite deck of cards, I trained with Cal Gray in 2019. So were you in the Angel Club? because we didn't know each other. So I was in his angel club. And so I bought the card deck. But look at this. Look at all of the ones that just like amazing, right? I'm like, oh, it might be time for, look at angelic activations, gateway. So this was a long time ago. I love it. I love that. So pulling a card every day is just really nice for that guidance. I know that you guys, I had a student in particular that had 100 decks. I'm like, wow. Look at this. I came across this, the Keepers of the Light codes, channeled guide to ending your spiritual quest and initiating your mastery. I don't think I really like the tagline, and I was sharing this with Natalie because it's kind of like what she does, but I'm like, oh, she goes, it's right up my street, I should buy that. So when you title your book, because I'm sharing with you guys how to write your own books, when you title your book, people just pass on your book, oh, that's right up my street, just by the title. Didn't have to look into it or anything like that. Look at all these books and all these, oh man, look at that light code stuff. The universe is talking to you, like universe does talk to you. I don't mean get bogged down with all the spiritual books, but over the course of 2026, you might. So I bought this book. I ended up getting it on Audible, but I bought this book with somebody that I thought I might date. Like, really, you took my book? Like, I'm not even speaking to that person, right? So, like, anyway, I bought it today. Raise Your Vibration, 111 Practices to Increase Your Spiritual Connection, right, by Carl Gray. So this book, real quick story, is was when I bought the angel cards, then I met my twin flame in the we talked actually in the February 2018. And I was offline then, and I was working as a support worker. And the lady that I was working for, we ended up doing a gardening job for her. And how I discovered about earth angels was through her, all the things. Anyway, she ended up giving him a gift of this book, and I'd never read it. And I was like, oh, and this year I'm like, I'm going to read it. I'm going to buy it because it wasn't mine, it was his. And I bought it and I gave it away. So I bought it again. It's coming. And so I've got it on Audible and I forgot. So I bought it again today. So I'm like, yay. So I just got a used paperback, and it's coming on the 19th of December. I usually go to like the charity shops and stuff, the thrift stores, and get books. I purchase lots of Audible books, but when I get a paperback, it's usually from the thrift store. All right, let me go faster, and I'm going to give you your homework. So hopefully you're feeling the vibration. My computer's frozen. Hopefully you're feeling the vibration of like really feeling back into your spiritual gifts and spirituality. And I realize that is completely blank. All right, I'm going to go for a couple more windows and I will respect your time. Bear with me. I might have to close down those windows anyway. I did a weekend training in London. Did you? I love Carl Gray's energy. I got that book too. Need to dig it out. Yes. And read a chapter of it when it is Spiritual Freedom Saturdays. So say it's a money book on Sunday. So a book or a chapter of a book on around your life purpose and your contribution on Monday. A book around your health on Tuesdays. For your health freedom, emotional freedom, a book that relates to emotional freedom, just a chapter of a book. We can't read all of the books, like it'd take a lifetime. But what we can do is get what we need in that moment and implement it. So that's what I do. I love it. I absolutely love it. So this is James Van Praagh. James Van Praagh, I think his name is. And so he has, like I was saying about being multi-passionate and having lots of different things that you want to do in the world, and he's managed to put all of his things under one umbrella: mediumship and psychic, popular courses, spiritual life coach certification, psychic and astrology, animals, universe, connecting to your guides, etc. Right? So he has done, and I recognize James Van Praagh from Hay House, and so I think he's pretty cool. So he's got a 7-day, a free course preview, 7 days of an energy cleanse. And I remember talking about this with you last year, Robin. And it says, are you ready to explore the depths of your intuition? Begin your journey to self-discovery today. So he's got his video, but you can't, I don't think, oh my Lord. Anyway, you unlock day one, right? Access day one's video. And I can't remember, it's an angel number for however much this is. And it's a 7-day video series, right? Now, the way that I teach you to do your 7 days, so he charges for it. I don't know why I can't see how much it is. I don't know. I'm not sure, like, why. Anyway, so you purchase it. That's weird. You purchase it. I can't remember how much it is. And like $17 or something like that for this course. I teach you to do your 7-day course from this one-page plan on your YouTube channel, as I am, so that you can grow your YouTube channel. And I do this every year. So he wouldn't have done his again. He would have just talked into the video, into a camera. But I've done this, and Robin's here again, and hopefully you'll come again, Barbara, and other people will come, and you can get this training in free on my YouTube channel. And then the 7-day course, which people have enrolled at $7.77, right, and get coaching around it. So if other people have created courses, not on business, because I get that question often, like, but you're teaching business owner. What if I'm not teaching business? He's not teaching business. He's teaching 7 days of energy clearing, right? So he has, as I teach you guys, to get video testimonials on that one-page plan for your work. And I'll talk about it more on Financial Freedom Sunday. He's got video testimonials and the people that are giving them the testimonial, proving that he's done his work, he knows what he's doing. He hasn't got that many testimonials. I'm sure that he's served a lot more students than that, as I have. So what I want to say is give a little teach a bit of a backstory of where I've come from. When this decides to load, my Mac says, Iona, really? Hang on 1 second. So add. I teach about YouTube ads as well. Hang on. So this is Neville Goddard. And so this, all of this is blank. But Neville Goddard talks about divine timing. We all have dreams, we all have moments. I love this. And I've put it on a playlist on my YouTube channel at the bottom for the spiritual table talk. It says, trust the process, delays are preparing you for your destiny. So divine timing, things are coming to you in divine timing. When it feels like it's delayed and it sucks, it's not, it's just you being prepared, right? So I often listen to something while I'm creating, and I will listen to certain things. Anyway, in my book, I talk about the Soul Guided Influencers Way. This spiritual business vision board is helping us use the Soul Guided Influencers Way of putting our light work out there in the world. And so I talk about the Soul Guided Influencers Way being the 11 key principles for starting, building, and growing a successful online spiritual business on YouTube with a #1 best-selling book launch. You've seen other people with books, with courses, with all the things. You can too, right? And so I talk about how I move from the poverty consciousness, poverty line, to the prosperity line. And so I believe all of this starts with the prosperity consciousness. And that's why I'm laboring on about our spiritual business with spirituality. So these were encouraging words from the editor. She proofread a couple of chapters, which then I proofread my own. I didn't use her in the end. But she says, this book is great, Iona. You should be really proud. It certainly made me want to sign up and be part of your soul tribe. So been talking about relationships, your soul tribe. She actually is, I don't know if she is now, but she was living van life in the UK at the time. And Robin's like, oh, van life, RV life. So you can create, you have a great way of making the reader feel like you are talking directly to them alone, which is a great skill. Much like the way that YouTubers connect with their subscribers with their videos, you make what you say very personal and relatable. So the way that I teach you to build your spiritual business is lean back into your spiritual awakening and your spiritual awakening story. Have your spiritual ascension tools and alchemize and package up what it is that you're doing so that you can serve in the world. So I've got a couple of windows and then I'm going to give you your homework. So here I looked into this and I couldn't get in at first, and I don't know if it's going to sign me in or not. And if it isn't, I'll share it on Financial Freedom Sunday, or the money goals for this 7-day vision board. It may log me out. So this is, you guys saw that I use Evernote. I use the Google Suite. I can see that it's still loading. It may not have me in. and I didn't think I could get into this. I used to use Evernote, and I've got notes back from 2017, 2019, based on, it's not going to do it, based on my masterclass, based on my Soul Client Challenge, based on the fundamental and the principles of what I'm sharing now. I'm not even going to go into it. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. What I am going to do is just share with you that if you have a spiritual awakening story that you want to share with us, tomorrow I'm going to talk about it. I want to respect your time. I'm not going to go over too much. I want to give you your homework as well. Oh, we're on an hour and 19. I thought we were on longer than that. Yes, I remember looking at that. Yeah. Oh, stop. My marker stopped working. Did I freeze then? I think I did. So if you want to share your spiritual awakening story with me, and I'm going to share it in on relationship, on money goals, on Financial Freedom Sunday. Literally, it stopped. Right, let me go to my mind map and give you your homework, or not. Why, Evernote? Why? Yeah, it's done. Yeah, it's crashed a bit. It's completely crashed. I can't actually go, just me. I don't even know if you can hear me. Can you hear me still? Or are we done? I think we're done. It stopped completely. It stopped me. Come on, computer, don't freeze. And you hear my grandbaby crying. Apologies. I'm stuck right now. It is live. I'm stuck. Yeah, I'm frozen. Did it freeze for a couple of seconds? It's still frozen. Oh, whatever, Evernote. Anyway, it logged me in. It logged me in, and it showed me all of the stuff on the seeds from now. Everything was named different names. What's it say? You can hear me. You can hear me, but yeah. Old dreams do not die because we grow old. Okay, well, that's not what I want to do. So I want to actually just be on the screen myself. Oh, you can hear me, but you can't see me. That is because I put the full screen on instead of going to myself. You can hear me, but it froze. Okay. So the goal is, I'm not even going to go back to my mind map because it's frozen. The goal is to do these steps now that you've got your vision board. You've seen the other steps in the different days. I want to respect your time. I don't want to go over because I've been going over like 2 hours. My mind map is just loaded. Is step 1, sign up for the replays in the vision board. And that's not the actual URL, but you get it. It's soullegacyacademy.com/courses/vision board. Robin, Barbara, you should have that in your enrollments dashboard. Save the playlist for this vision board party and come. We've only got 1 more day. We've got 1 more day. But what I do challenge you to do is 1, push your vision boards, but also come back next year. So save this play link, and you'll get reminders when I go live next year. The actual the lives are in that playlist already. Comes into the Facebook group if you choose to. There's been 0 activity in the Facebook group, so you guys need to be posting your vision boards. I know that some of you posted them in the chat. I just think that if you don't do it, what you're doing is you're just missing out. You're just letting the universe know, hey, I'm not really that bothered. I'm bothered. I do this for me first, and so you do it or you don't. Like, it's on you. Like, I love it. Read the statement that I've been talking about all week. Post the vision boards, express gratitude. We know that gratitude is a higher vibration. And step 6 is join the Global Networking Hub, which I did have the Global Networking Hub up, and I may try and go to it so that I can share how you can share your spiritual awakening story. How about that? And then we'll end. And you guys, can you share your biggest takeaway for this vision board party? That would be amazing. Oh, we want to rate our vibration. Oh my gosh, hang on. I'm going to rate our vibrational frequency before we hop off. Can't not do that because you're going to want to add up your scores. And today it is Share your spiritual awakening. Share your takeaway, and then we'll do spiritual freedom. And then we'll do our vibration as well. All right. Every day we want to be rating our vibrational frequency. Let me know what it is. Yes. All right. Awesome. So Robin's vibration is at an 11. Mine is at an 11. Barbara, what is yours at? And so in being in soul funk versus soul flow. And so I talked about this soul legacy wheel the whole week about manifesting spiritual business and life work balance. Every single area we're creating a vision. Now we're on spirituality. We've got one more area to go. And so this vision, this soul legacy wheel, is the founder of soullegacyacademy.com. I've created a wheel, a soul legacy wheel, so that you can launch, lead, and leave your soul legacy and do it with ease, grace, and flow. How you launch your day, how you lead your day, and how you leave your day matters. How you do it with ease, grace, and flow. And why have I got like double things there? Okay, so I didn't close down my mind map for the relationship one. For spirituality, what I am going to say is it's the same. When we do our images, we set our intentions, we look for evidence on our soul path that all the things that we've got to be grateful for, and we will be spending our vibrational money voucher every single day. This is another emotional scale, love and fear. All right. So the last thing that I'm going to say is, hang on one second, is in the Global Networking Hub. I'm looking at the top of here, at the top, is in the Global Networking Hub, which the URL is in is the Spiritual Awakening, our book. So you've seen books, how books really do change lives. If you want to add your story, a one-page story in our co-author book series, there's the link in the free Global Networking Hub, where we have our monthly call on the first Monday of the month at 9 p.m. UK time. You can come and connect with like minds who want to be visible, do their light work and be visible. So I talk about, I'm going to talk about the media kit tomorrow, but this vision board challenge is in here, and we are on day 6, Spiritual Freedom Saturday, which is here. I'm going to make myself like cloggy again. There I am. And then we've got the daily podcast talking about and journaling. So we know that it's a spiritual practice to journal. And then inside Hub 3 is coming and seeing if the co-author book is right for you. And so we've got a co-author collab call, and one on the 19th of December and then one on the 30th of January. So we launch our book on the 22nd of April, our Kindle book, 2026. And the paperback on my son's birthday on the 6th of May. All right, so you'll be able to share. So the call is at 9 a.m., 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. UK time. I was doing calls throughout the month, and people in Australia could not make it. And then some people in the UK, it's like, that's late for me if it was 9 p.m. So I've got 3 times in the day. Next year, so if you're watching this throughout 2026 and those dates have gone and there's no more dates on there, it will be the 18th of December annually, where I put this vision board out there, and then I will enroll my co-authors. There's 7 seasons of this co-author book series. I've been called to feature co-authors. I've been called to do my summit, sharing with spiritual leaders, and I will talk about that tomorrow rather than harping on about it today. But I do have my summit, and I do have my co-author book series. I love interviewing. I love hearing people's stories. I love sharing stories. Going for our spiritual awakening, we need to normalize that, because at the end of the day, there's no light worker in the world, I believe, who hasn't had a spiritual awakening to their purpose. It's like, okay then, all right, no light worker in spiritual business, because you move out of what everybody else is telling you to do in the world and actually know that you can create a business. So Barbara's is, let me just put myself on here. Barbara's is Spiritual Freedom Saturday is a 10. And so again, we want to know why. And so when we look at contribution freedom for Monday and health freedom for Tuesday and emotional freedom for Wednesday, environmental freedom for Thursday, relationship freedom for Friday, and spiritual freedom for Saturday, and we look and we say, okay, where was the lowest score that is what you want to focus and pay your attention on first, then the next one, then the next one. And then notice that each week, is it the same? Is it going higher? Is it going lower? Is it dipping in the day and then raising as well? Like, you want to reflect why. So, and so on the replay, if you post your biggest takeaway, that would be amazing. Don't drop off. Keep going, keep going. Definitely you want to go to the money goals. Robin says, my biggest takeaway today is to start serving from where I am now. I used to use so many tools to get here already. Start there, and as I grow. Yeah, and I wish I could have gone into, I'll try and go into it tomorrow in Evernote. Like literally, like you'll see the seeds of what I was doing then is what I've done now, and I've just up-leveled and up-leveled and up-leveled, but I've always served. Barbara says, I've had a spiritual top up in the last few days, which is helping me. Cool, awesome. I'm really happy that you have had that spiritual top up, because knowing that we are on our soul path and we are taking the soul path of least resistance, and there are others on that soul path who get us, is huge. That in and of itself is just fuel. So I'm glad that it served you. We've got one more day, and then this is done for an entire year. So right throughout 2020, and if you know of anyone, please do share this and say, do you know what? I did this badass spiritual business vision board. I'm doing this Bank 50K in 50 days challenge. Would you like to do it with me? Do you know? Help me reach more people. That would be amazing. Robin, Barbara says, takeaway, need to get ready for the 50 breakfast sessions ASAP. I'm going to get an amen. And you know what they feel like. You know what the sessions feel like because you've had one. I do training on the breakfast session. I do training on the script for the breakfast session. I do everything. I give you how to set up your online calendar. There's everything. Like, you will not see a teacher out there like it that stops and pauses to share everything. And trust me, if you'd have seen, and I'll share it tomorrow, if you'd have seen where I came from and what I've put into serving and getting to this point, and going through my own awakenings and going through my own trauma, there's a lot of work, but I've condensed the last 2008-9 is when I first came online, and I've been learning and failing forward ever since. And so here I am showing up, speaking out, and serving deep. So it is going to take, and I say take a year to do this. Get the 50 breakfast sessions. That's it. It's about just offering a session in exchange for a testimonial. And if somebody wants to continue on their education with you, which they will if you set it up in the way that I'm sharing it with you, you just offer it. Like, you'll see this framework. I'm going to talk about it on the money goals tomorrow. So thank you for being with me, sharing with me, being present with me. I've really enjoyed it. And so this is it for a year. Like, I'm all in it. I'm not stressed. I don't, like, I'm going to do my own vision boards and schedule out my business. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. I've been scheduling out some stuff like my summit and stuff today, and scheduling out my daily lives and these things. So I will share with you the one-page plan. And yes, there's quite a lot of work. Robin will attest to that. There's a lot of work to do up front. But once you've done it, the way that I teach you to leverage it, like, just not pop up, pop down, Facebook group, this is a YouTube challenge on my YouTube channel and for my students, is real. Like, Barbara is a student of mine. Is this helpful? But this is helpful to somebody this is my marketing, right? When we hate marketing, it's like, oh gosh, I don't want to market my business, but you do want to serve. So we, in the 5-day challenge, I talk about serving marketing, and bringing that spiritual essence. I haven't got the funnel ready yet, hence not sharing the 50 session. Sorry, I haven't got the funnel ready yet, hence not sharing the 50 sessions yet. You don't share them with anyone. You don't share it. You don't post it out online anywhere. We do this by personal invitation, and my teaching helps you to get ready and helps you to get the funnel ready. It helps you to start the Facebook group. It helps you to build the 7-day challenge, and then it helps you to create your online calendar. It helps you for every single little bit that you can absolutely possibly have. I meant not offering them. Oh, okay. So you haven't got the funnel, so you're not sure. Yeah. Get it. Yeah. Of course. And so the goal of this is to visualize the badass spiritual business and then bank 50K in 50 days. But start it vibrationally first, so that when you are, while you're building out your sessions and your funnel, you feel really good and really excited that when you get to offer that session, you're not in a desperate place like, please be my client. You're like, I'm going to serve you. I'm doing 50. Let me make this a game of how many people out of this 50 can I enroll and convert into a client. That's the game. How many, like literally, can we all serve and offer 50 people our services in 50 days or in a year? Of course we can. And then make an offer, and what I call a no-brainer offer. So I'm going to share on the masterclass on Monday how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying soul clients. And I'm going to get through more of the teaching on that. There is a replay. What I shared, and Barbara, the masterclass that you were on, I shared, oh my gosh, about a fourth of my slides. Not even a fourth. Like, I did not share. There's so much teaching. There is a lot, but I've scheduled out my business for 7 years. Like, if you want to create passive and leveraged income streams, then it's not the same as let's go out and serve and just get one-on-one clients. I wanted freedom. So that is it. Or I feel like I've like cut it short, but I haven't, because I'll talk about more stuff on tomorrow, and I'll repeat some stuff, and I'll do my vision boards, and I want to see your vision boards, and I will see them even if they're not done by the end of the week. I will see them in the group. I want you guys to come into the Telegram group. And if you don't have the, what's that called? The Google Doc, all of the links for everything that I'm sharing, I'll get that up tomorrow. Everything that I'm sharing, all of the replays, all of the everything, the coaching, everything is all in one place for you, including the Telegram link. So Barbara, I know that you've got the Google Doc in Google Docs, I think. So the Telegram link is in there. Thank you for sharing so much with us and supporting us. So thank you for being here. And people do say, oh my God, it's so much information, but like, you can go somewhere else and piece it together if you like. Do you know what I mean? Like the energy, my energy is like really high, but I've loved it. I've loved you guys being here and standing on business for yourself, you know, and just being in the room, because not everybody has. There's plenty of people in the chats. There's plenty of people in that Facebook group they're seeing. It's not that they don't see it. They see it and they go about the business of doing all kinds of things. And then when it comes to 2026, it's like, shit, that was another year kind of like the same. Not on my watch. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. So I will see you for tomorrow for money goals for day 7. We will wrap up this badass spiritual business vision board challenge. Definitely create bucket list and see what it is. And then when we come to the money part, it's like, oh yeah, that actually will cost money. And actually, yeah, I would like to do that this month or next month. Or do you know what I mean? So have fun with it, enjoy it, and I will see you soon. Big love, take care. See you on day 7. You're doing